So we need some dumbbells tonight for this session. It's going to be an upper body session, and I'm going to make it a bit more of an express one, so a bit of a time-saving workout for people. We're still going to go for that full body warm-up, so I'm just going to pop my dumbbells here out of the way. So we're going to start by marching on the spot, pulling the tummy muscles in, pulling the shoulders back and down, and just pumping those arms at the side of the body so they're not too high. It's all nice and relaxed and quite leisurely to start with. Also, I'm in bare feet, which means we're not going to be doing anything too strenuous in the sense of jumping around or putting impact on our feet, because my shock absorbers, in the sense of my trainers, are obviously not on my feet. So add some boxing jabs in there. Let's start getting these arms moving, get the joints mobilized and warmed up and lubricated. So jab into the front, arms nice and long, bring your head up and your neck in line with your spine. Tummy muscles are pulled in nice and tight and switched on, and our backs are lovely and straight. We're standing tall, not hunching over. So just keep it there. And we only want to be at about 3 out of 10 on the pace for starters. So bring those arms down, bring those knees up a little bit more, squeeze your tummy muscles. We will do some leg stuff that is not of an impact nature, but as I say, the focus today is going to be on that upper body because we had legs, bums and tums yesterday. Okay, then we're going to bring those heels up just a little bit to the rear, so still moderate pace, nice and steady, squeezing those tummy muscles, shoulders back, arms low, chest open. So just flicking up a little bit to the rear, squeeze the tummy muscles, squeeze your bum cheeks when you feel the urge, and just keep it there. We're just trying to keep that pace on, so we don't want to start slowing down at the moment. We want to start pushing towards that 5 out of 10 on the pace. So come back to the middle. Let's make it more brisk. So trying to get the lungs working a bit harder by pumping these limbs a little bit faster and making them go in a bigger range of movement. So let's pull those knees up there. Squeeze your belly button in towards your spine. Shoulders stay back and the chest stays open. That's perfect. Lovely. And then we're going to imagine we've got a rugby ball in our hands. We're going to twist at the waist and pass it behind. So imagine there's somebody behind you getting ready to catch it. And we're keeping the hands nice and close because our rugby ball doesn't want to turn into a canoe like this. Okay, so keep passing behind, shoulder coming right the way across the body and getting lots of mobility and movement about your torso. Last one each way. And then back to the middle. So back to that brisk marching. Bring those legs even higher now. So demanding more of the lungs, making these muscles in the thighs work a little bit harder, all without breaking into a jog. So knees coming up nice and high. That's good. Trying to get the heart beating a bit faster, the lungs working a little bit harder. And then back to the middle, back to that smaller range of movement, faster pace. And then heels coming all the way up towards your bum. Let's have a bicep curl at the same time. This one ends up falling into a bit of a rhythm, so it never goes quite as fast as the other one. So squeeze that tummy, stand tall, keep your chest open, shoulders back. That's good. And then make yourself even. Come back to the middle, make it brisk again. And then we're going to slow down a little bit. So nice and easy, able to breathe a little bit easier. Take those feet nice and wide. You can obviously do jogging if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. And then we're bringing the arms up in line with the shoulders, pushing the chest out, pulling the shoulder blades apart. So if you suffer with hunching of the upper back or that kind of stooped posture, I don't want you to go mad on that bit because you've already stretched there. We want to emphasize the chest opening. If your posture's fine, emphasize both the chest push and the shoulder opening. So we're looking for about 20 of those. It doesn't matter if we don't do exactly 20. If we do a few more or a few less, it's really nothing to write home about. Keep squeezing those tummy muscles as you're stretching. Keep over exaggerating the movement. And then coming back to the middle, shake off those arms and then reach over and down 10 times. So taking it fully off and fully on. The reason we count these is because we don't want to do each side differently. So we're up to about 5 so far if you've been in sync with me. 6, 7, 8, bigger reach over at the top, 9 and 10. Then onto the other side, same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, keep it pacey. 5, we want to stay warm. 6, not get colder. 7, 8, push out those hips and ribs. 9 and 10. Super. Come back to the middle, roll out those shoulders. Stand on one leg. You can do it self-supported, or you can hold on to something, foot flat on the floor, soften up that knee, flex your heel, and swing that leg up 10 times. So 2, 3, squeeze your tummy muscles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Same again on the other leg. Hold on. Flex the heel, swing the leg up till the hamstring stretches. 3, 4, stand tall, squeeze that tummy. 5, 6, 7, keep that back nice and straight. 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Like I normally mention in classes, make sure you haven't got a slippy rug. If you have got a slippy rug, don't slip on your slippy rug. So pushing the heel down into the ground, stepping backwards. 10 for each leg, 20 all together, or just keep changing sides until you feel like those calves are nicely stretched out. So keep stepping a little bit deeper, keep the back nice and straight. And if you need to, you can push against a wall. We want that nice straight line all the way down the back, all the way down to that heel. Also not letting the front knee come too far forward, because if it goes too far forward, it's just getting a little bit too much strain pushed through it. Okay, hold it there. Come back to the center. Let's have a march. Breathe, shake it all off. And then we're going to grab a quick drink, grab our weights, and take our first exercise. So I've got some 1.5 kilogram dumbbells for these, because we're going for a slightly longer time, unless you start to get to the point where you can't do the exercise safely. I just want you to keep going through. So if you can't physically do another repetition, then I want you to stop. And if you can't do it safely, so for example, if your back starts to bend, your shoulders start to hunch, and you're not in control of your body, that's when you need to stop, okay? So we're going to start with a shoulder press. So I'm going to keep these all isolated movements today. I would normally be tempted to do a calf raise and a shoulder press, but we're going to keep it simple tonight. So feet flat on the floor, squeeze those thighs, squeeze those bum cheeks, squeeze those tummy muscles. And we're going to go for a minute on the timer. So it's that nice big range of movement all the way up and all the way down. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So a minute on the timer. Big push up, slow squeeze down. Keep the shoulders back, keep your chest open, keep bracing that core, and keep your back nice and straight. I've probably said that many times over, but it doesn't matter. Repetition is key. That's super. So chest stays wide, arms are out to the sides. And notice I'm taking that nice big range of movement. I'm not taking it down to there and back up again. I'm coming all the way down. So we're using those big muscles in your back, your lats. We're using the shoulders, the biceps, the triceps. And a big exhale all the way up to the top, and an inhale on the way down. So we can push it up a little bit faster, not too aggressive that we lock the elbows, and then we can fight gravity as we bring it back down. And try and make sure both arms are doing it about the same rate. So slowly down and big push up. Those of you who are a bit more advanced and you're used to doing a few at the same time, there's no harm in adding that other exercise in that we normally do. Keep your wrists nice and straight, but then deduct it if it gets too much. Okay, hold it there, you know, for next time. So stop there, shake your arms off. This time, holding the weights into the chest or getting rid of them. We're just going to go into a sumo squat. So a normal squat is with our feet just past hip distance. We like the sumo squats. We don't do them enough, or we do them all the time, but you can never do them enough. So they strengthen the inside of the thigh. So we point the toes out wide like a sumo wrestler. That sort of stance. And then what we're going to do is push the bum to the rear, feel these squeeze, and then squeeze them all the way up. We want to make sure we keep the back straight and the tummy muscles tight. So into position, ready? Let's have a minute of these. Watch your back, squeeze your tummy, and make sure again the knees are not going ridiculously in, ridiculously out, or ridiculously over your toes. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I quite like to push the hands forward when I squat, because it sends my bum backwards. So the shoulders staying up, the chest stays open. Let me show you from sideways on. So we're trying to keep a nice long back. Some people prefer to take the hands high and then have that nice straight line from your fingertips all the way down to your bum. But as long as you're feeling those inner thighs working and squeezing, that's the main thing, okay? So nice big range of movement, slow and controlled. Slow squeeze down, big squeeze up. Super. Keep breathing, inhale on the down, exhale on the up. And again, if you feel at any point you can't do them safely or correctly, or you're just knackered, just stop and shake it off. So push those arms high if that works for you. Push them to the front. If you don't want to do anything, you can just pin them into your collarbones. As long as the upper body isn't going down too far, hold it there, shake it off. Quick swig of your drink. So then we're going to move back to those arms. So it's only a short break before we work the muscles again, but different ones. So that area, different muscles. So weights down to your legs, and all we're going to do is lift and lower to the sides. So a lateral raise. So shoulders back, chest open, soften up the knees a little bit if you want to, and then we're squeezing up to the sides and fighting gravity as the weights come back down. Another minute on the timer, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So big squeeze up, slow squeeze down. Squeeze those tummy muscles, keep that posture nice, straight back. And we're taking twice, if not 3 times as long to get down as we did to get up. So it's a big squeeze up and then a really slow squeeze down. You don't need to rest the hands at the bottom. As soon as they feel like there's no further way to go, take them back up again. That's super. Keep smiling. So nice and slowly on the down. Big squeeze on the up, keeping a check on those wrists. Head up, neck in line with the spine. If your weights get too heavy, you can bend the elbows and just bring those weights a little bit closer to the body if you need to, okay? Keep squeezing your belly button in towards your spine. Keep it all nice and strong, nice and upright. And keep breathing. That's super. So blow out on the up, breathe in on the down. If you need a shake off at any point, that's absolutely fine. And then back into it. And that's the end of the timer again. So again, roll out those shoulders, shake it off. Then we're going to go into a calf raise and a bicep curl. So I said we weren't doing 2 exercises together. This one's quite nice. So the elbows are going to be pinned into the body, but if you can't do them both safely, get rid of one. So feet close together to make it a little bit unstable. If you're not very good with that, take the feet wider. If you've got no balance at all, you can have your fingertips on the wall. You can face the wall to do it and then just use that for a little bit of support. If you're okay without the wall, you choose your stance. So starting wide, making it more challenging by bringing them closer, more challenging again by going onto one leg. So I'm just going to do these on both feet. If you're doing one leg at a time, do the other leg on the next lap, okay? So the elbows are pinned, we're squeezing up and we're controlling it down. If you stumble forward, just catch yourself, don't fall. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So big squeeze up, slow squeeze down. Squeeze those tummy muscles. Exhale with the lift. Inhale with the lower. You might want to change your weights as well. So I'm a little bit light on these ones. I could do with a little bit heavier, but we've already started, so I'm going to change them next time round. So big squeeze to the top, slow squeeze to the bottom, and we're going to do shoulder press again next anyway, so we can always make up for it. Watch those wrists. I don't want them looking like a door knocker. We shouldn't be cocking them. We should be keeping them nice and strong. So when your wrist is bent, it's much weaker and you're much more likely to end up in pain that isn't normal workout pain, okay? So squeeze your tummy muscles, squeeze your bum cheeks as you come up as well. Don't worry if gravity wins on a couple, but fight it where you can. So it's a big squeeze to the top and a slow squeeze to the bottom. Keep pulling those shoulders back, keeping your chest open and hold it there. Let's have a little bit of a shake off. And then we're going back into that shoulder press. So if you want to, this time you can make it a little bit heavier. We're going for that minute on the timer again. Grab a drink if you need to first. And then when you're ready, it's that nice stable base with the feet. Even weights in both hands. And then keeping the chest open, the shoulders back. So 3, 2, 1, let's go again. So big push up to the sky, slow squeeze down, arms coming out to the sides, Big push up, slow squeeze down. That's perfect. Nice big range of movement. Brace those tummy muscles. Make sure you're in neutral spine, so you're not sticking your bum out for a mile and your back's not arching anywhere. It's all just in a nice, long, natural line. Not a natural line if you hunch naturally, but a natural line of where good posture looks like. So big push up, slow squeeze down. That's super. Keep smiling, keep your head up. Neck stays in line with that spine. Again, keeping a check on those wrists. We're fighting gravity as we lower, controlling those weights down. And big exhale as we push them back up again. Good. Nice big range of movement. Big blowout to the top. Suck it in on the way down. And that's your last one. When you finish that one, bring the arms down, shake it off. You're going to place those weights down to go back into those sumo squats. So take your legs nice and wide. If you don't like the sumo squat, if it hurts you somewhere, it shouldn't. So it's meant to work the inner thighs, but if it hurts you somewhere, it's not meant to. Go to a more narrow stance and just make sure you're pushing your bum backwards like you're sitting down into a chair, and then squeezing those bum cheeks back up and those tummy muscles. So into position, ready. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So we're taking it down and squeezing it back up. Nice big range of movement, not too fast. So inhale on the down, exhale on the up. That's perfect. We're not locking the knees at any point either. So back stays straight, tummy muscles stay engaged, and you can put the hands forward. You can do a bit of a prayer pose if you want to. You can hold them into your collarbones, whatever works best for you. I'm not fussy. Head stays up, neck in line with the spine. You're doing fantastic. Inhale on the down, exhale on the up. Keep that nice big range of movement. So getting nice and low and then squeezing all the way back up, both with the bum and with the inner thighs. 15 seconds left on the timer. We're nearly there. Grit those teeth, keep pushing through. That's super. Keep smiling. 5 seconds, single figures. And hold it there. Give it a nice shake off. Quick drink again if you need it. And then we're going back to those side raises. It was, wasn't it? So hands down to the sides when you've had a drink. Set yourself up in that nice, strong, stable stance. And then we're going to lift to the sides again. So a minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Big squeeze up, slow squeeze down. Again, if you're one of the more advanced people at this one, grab some heavier weights, challenge yourself. It's a big squeeze up, a slow squeeze down. If you can maintain those posture points, there's no harm in challenging yourself. The shoulders stay back, the tummy muscles stay tight. Equally, if you're not so strong in this one, lighter weights, it could be tins of beans, it could be resistance bands, whatever you've got, it doesn't matter. So exhale on the up, inhale on the down. Squeeze those tummy muscles nice and tight. That's good, well done. Keep that back nice and straight. We're bringing it all the way up to the shoulders and controlling it all the way down. We're not trying to get comfy at the bottom. We're also not trying to get to outer space, so not too high. That's good. And again, if you start to fatigue, bend those elbows or drop to a lighter weight. So your choice, if you want to keep the arms long, drop into that lighter weight and really fatiguing those muscles. Hold it there, roll out those shoulders. Probably going to want a heavier weight for this next one than you did for that one, for the bicep curl and the calf raise again. So grab whichever weight works best for you. Into position, ready? 3, 2, 1, off we go. So again, I'm going for 2 feet. It saves counting and it saves changing sides. If you did 1 foot last time, do the other foot this time. And just shake off whenever you need to. So we're squeezing up nice and high. We're controlling it back down. Elbows are pinned into the sides of the body. And we're trying not to make these wrists look like you're knocking on a door. So big squeeze up. Fight gravity on the way down. Squeeze those bum cheeks. Squeeze those tummy muscles. Keep that chest open. That's perfect. Blow out on the up. Breathe in on the down. Nice effort everywhere, good. Keep smiling. Keep a check on those wrists, shoulders stay back, chest stays open. Remember to squeeze those bum cheeks, get onto those highest tiptoes and fight gravity on the way down when you can. So don't let gravity win with the arms or with the legs. Hold it there. Give it a shake off, another quick drink, keep them legs moving. Okay, we're gonna have one more lap around those 3 exercises, and then I think you'll be sufficiently fatigued on those muscle groups because we've kept it small on the muscle groups. So for those of you who struggle for time, hopefully this one's a great help. I'm gonna stop talking and get you into the next exercise so that we don't waste any time. So it's back to the shoulder press. So nice, stable stance. Forgot to mention at the beginning, watch you don't drop these weights on your toes if you are in bare feet. So into position, ready? 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Minute on the timer. Last set of shoulder presses. So big squeeze up, slow squeeze down. Chest stays open, shoulders back. Exhale to the top. Inhale to the bottom. That's good. Squeeze your tummy, squeeze your bum, squeeze your thighs. Stand tall. Look straight forward, not up or down. Watch those wrists, just keep a glance on them every so often. Don't lock your elbows at the top. And make that lovely big range of movement. So we're recruiting as many muscles as we can and working the lungs. So big push to the top, slow and controlled, squeezing it back down. Super effort, well done. Head stays up, neck in line with the spine. Big blow all the way up. Suck it in as you lower, excuse me. And by now, probably if you've been using sufficient weights, probably getting a bit of a disco arm going on. So shake off whenever you need to, push through if you can, and we are at the end of that timer anyway, so hold it there. Place those weights down, give those arms a lovely shake off. And then we're back to our sumo squats or the other squats if you opted out of those. Toes are wide. You can make these harder by holding on to weights or throwing another exercise in there for the advanced people. I'm going to keep it simple. Don't want to tempt the people who are not ready yet for that. So a minute on the timer. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So nice and deep and big squeeze up to the top. Squeeze those bum cheeks. Squeeze those tummy muscles. Inhale on the down. Exhale on the up. So the core stays tight, the back stays straight, the legs are wide. We're not overloading the knees. The furthest they get is down in line with the heels. Thighs are open, those inner thighs are squeezing on the up and stretching a little bit on the down. Definitely feeling those working. Oh, I'm making a horrible clicking noise. We might have to just go more narrow. Listen to your body. If you're making funny clicking noises too, just adjust what you're doing. It's not worth doing anything to make your body angry for the sake of this workout, okay? So listen to your body. I'm just going for that more narrow squat now. It's not my favorite, but that noise was pretty horrible. And then hold it there. Give it a nice shake off. And then we're on to those side raises again. So again, start heavy. If you can manage it, if you can maintain the posture, and drop it down when you can't anymore. Into position, ready, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So big squeeze up to the sides, slow squeeze back down. The wrists are straight, the arms are long, the core is tight. You can soften the knees if you want to. Exhale on the lift, inhale on the lower, perfect. Keep smiling, that's lovely. Blow out all the way up, breathe in all the way down. Super effort. That's amazing. I'm coming up a little bit higher than I should be. Just controlling it down, not getting comfy on those legs. You can shrink the range of movement down to make it harder by not coming all the way down. So still having some resistance on if you feel able. Blow out on the lift. Breathe in as you come down. Keep that neck in line with the spine, head up, just drop into a lighter set there, just to get good quality reps out of it. Very fatigued arms now. I hope you're finding it effective too. And relax, that one's done, perfect. Okay, heavier weights for this next one. And it's our final arm or leg exercise. This one's obviously both. So a minute on the timer again for those calf raises. If you've done one on each side, you've got a choice now. You can count your reps or you can just do both legs. So just working on those both legs. So 3, 2, 1, off we go. Minute on the timer. Big squeeze up, slow squeeze down. Keep those wrists nice and straight where you can. Squeeze those bum cheeks. Nice high tiptoes. Fighting gravity as we come down. Exhaling as we bring it up. If you're wobbling in this narrow stance or struggling, you can take those legs wider for more stability. Let me come face on for you guys. Big squeeze up, slow squeeze down. Push that chest out, pull those shoulders back. Fight it on the way down, take your time. And then it's a nice big squeeze up to the top. Remember what I said, you can support yourself, you can get rid of the bicep curl, and you can just focus on those calves. Try and fight gravity on both exercises if you've got them both going still. Keep squeezing your tummy back nice and straight. That's my little stumble there. Big squeeze to the top, slow squeeze to the bottom. Almost there. Last few reps. And relax, place those weights down. Give your arms a nice shake off and let's have another quick drink. Okay, so I want you to march on the spot. Give everything a nice big shake off, especially those arms. Those calves are probably a bit tight. Maybe those inner thighs and bum cheeks are too. So give it all a nice big shake off. Keep breathing. And we're going to first stretch off all of the muscles we've worked. So stand nice and wide, feet hip width apart or wider. One arm comes up and across, pull it in with the other one. Look over the shoulder, away from the hands. Hold and breathe. Almost there. And then slowly release, shake that one off. Bring the other arm up and across. Look over the other shoulder again. Hold and breathe back straight, tummy tight. Keep that tension on. And then slowly release there. Roll those shoulders out. Let's pop one hand behind the back this time. Push it back a little bit further with the other one. Keep your head up, your chin off your chest, and we're looking for a tricep stretch. Squeeze your tummy muscles. Keep breathing. And then slowly release, give it a shake off. Then the other arm goes into the same place. So popping the hand into the middle of the back and we're pushing or pulling it back with the other one. Head up, chin off the chest, tummy tight, knee soft, back straight. About halfway there. And then slowly release, shake off those arms there, roll out those shoulders. I want you to pop your hands onto your lower back or your bum cheeks, squeeze those elbows together and push out your chest and hold that position there. Keep breathing, we're halfway there. And then slide those hands down, roll out those shoulders, hands together behind the back, push up with the arms out with the chest again, hold and breathe. And then lower those arms down, good, well done. Roll out the shoulders. This time, we sometimes do these standing, lying down, but we're gonna stand up today. So we're gonna take hold of one foot. If you can't reach, so we're trying to grab the lacy part of the shoe or the back, the top of the foot. If you can't reach that, grab the back of your trousers, back of the sock, excuse me, or the back of the shoe. So knees together, soften the leg you stood on and push your hips out at the front. Try and keep your back nice and straight and stand nice and tall. Keep breathing and hold in. And then slowly release, shake that one off. Same on the other leg. So take hold of the foot if you can reach, or anywhere if you can't. A skipping rope is quite handy for these as well if you do struggle. The knees together, push the hips out, keep breathing, squeeze your tummy, stand tall. Oops, don't fall over. Almost there. And then slowly release again, shake that leg off. So we're going to stretch the hamstrings by squatting down. We want to keep a nice straight back though. If you can't keep a straight back, we need to do this in a different way. So push your bum up to the sky, hold that stretch and feel that lengthening there at the top of the legs at the back. Keep breathing. Keep the tension on, and then when we get to 20,000, we're going to bend the knees, so 20 seconds, and then take your bum back up to the sky for another 10 seconds. Keep breathing. That's perfect. Then bring it down, bend the knees, shake it off. Then we want to take 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, push that heel down into the ground and just hold that stretch. So it's like we do on the warm-up, but we're just holding it this time. And then slowly release, change legs, same again. Head up, neck in line with the side, back nice and straight. And then slowly release and shake it off. So that's what's done for the stretches for that workout. I am going to add on an ab section now. So if you've got time, you can do this now. If you haven't got time, feel free to finish where you are. So we're going to go down onto the mat. And I want you to pop your hands onto the hips. So feet flat on the floor, knees bent up nice and high. And I want you to hollow out your back, and we're going to start with a pelvic tilt. So I want you to engage the abdominals where you can. So try and pull these muscles in. Let's go for the pelvic tilt for a few reps first. So just rolling that pelvis. So you're sticking your bum out like a duck, and then you're rolling the hips forward. Bum is leaving the floor, back is pressing into the mat, and then unroll. So roll up and roll down. That's nice. So we're squeezing the bum cheeks, activating the abdominals, and you'll probably find it's a lot easier to squeeze those abs as you come up and as the pelvis curls round. A little bit harder when we stick the bum out and we lengthen the front of the torso. So just feeling that lower back stretching, those abs switching on, and the bum cheeks switching on as well. So it's a really basic exercise, this one, but really beneficial. Okay, bring it back to your neutral spine there. So I want your back fairly strong, pressing into the mat. The abdominals switched on. We've done this one before, but I'll talk you through it. So nice deep breath in. Blow all that air back out again. Another nice deep breath in. And then blow the air out and pull the muscles in under your hand nice and tight. So we're squeezing tight in the abdominal area, and then we're holding that tightness, but still breathing. So smaller breaths, so you can hold on to that and feel those muscles there all switched on. From there, hands to floor, and we've got a few choices. So we can make it easy by just bringing one leg up and taking it back down again. So if you're quite weak in the core, that's probably enough. If you're a bit stronger, we can bring the leg up and we can take it away. We can tap it down and we can bring it back up and back in. So back up, tap out, bring it in, take it down. And that's just putting a little bit of load on those muscles without causing too much stress and discomfort. If you're super strong in the core, you can go straight to full dead bugs with this one, but just going through these lower progressions, just so we can go back to basics with activating those transversus abdominis, those deep abdominal muscles that support your back and your tummy. So if you get back pain, it might be that the core is weak. Obviously not a doctor to diagnose that, but it is quite common. So stretching those legs out long if you feel able, keep it close if you don't. And then when you've had enough, if it feels too much or if it gets to a point where you can't hold it anymore, just relax and squeeze those knees into your chest. So just taking a nice release for the lower back. You don't want you to take your arms out like a scarecrow. So this is a Pilates move, and just roll those hips from side to side for a little bit of a reset. This time we're going to bring the hands forward, and I want to give you the most gentle curl you can. So I want you to switch on those deep abdominal muscles, bring the hands forward and just lift the shoulders. So we're not trying to touch the knees like we would normally in a class. We're just lifting the shoulders and then we're bringing it back down, but we're holding this tight all the way through. So squeeze it tight, curl the body, just the shoulders, sorry, and then back down. But we don't let go at the bottom either. We keep it activated. So I'm quite strong in the core, but I can feel this working, okay? So even those of you who are strong and you do core work regularly and you don't really struggle, you should find this challenging because we're holding onto it so tightly. So I've relaxed now, I've come back down to talk. So switch it back on anytime it pops off. Use the breathing exercise to get the most effective activation. So let's go back to the one we were just on. Hold it nice and tight. And then again, we're squeezing, just bringing the shoulders off the ground. We're tightening that bit there. So it's like a partial crunch. And then we're taking it back down, but we're not letting go of that abdominal tightness. So we squeeze up and we control it down, but I'm not fully relaxing and releasing to the floor. I'm maintaining that hold on those tummy muscles. Let's just have a couple more. And then I want you to relax, take your head down to the floor and just give those knees a squeeze again. So take a nice release and just breathe. Well done. Perfect. Okay. Let's go for one more. So I'm going to show you how to work your obliques. So we've done this in Pilates before. We're going to bring the knees up, point the toes. And if this is a bit much of a challenge, you can drop those heels down to make it a little bit easier, because if you think of these as pivot points, obviously putting more weight forward is going to be more challenging. So even though it's only a little bit closer, the difference between there and there will make a big difference. So in classes, I'm normally shouting at you, not shouting at you, we don't shout at the online classes, but I'm normally telling you, you've got to keep them up because that makes it more challenging. We also push that away. So if you're not so strong in the tummy muscles, I want you to keep them down, and you can even bring those a little bit closer. Okay, so we can just alternate it where it's one leg at a time, or we can even rest those heels down there and go from there. So this is again aimed at ladies and gents who've got a separation in the abdominal wall, so or just very weak tummy muscles. So take the hands out to the sides, unless you're strong and you want to mirror with the opposite arm what the opposite leg does. So bring those knees up. I'm going to take it to that challenging progression first and then work my way back down. So the core is tight, and then we're tapping behind the opposite bum cheek and then bringing it back up and in. So same again, opposite bum cheek, back up and in. Just to make it harder, we tap further across, and to make it easier, bring those heels down and just tap across there. And if you hold on to that nice tight tummy, you should still feel those muscles working in the same way. So you choose your progression and give it a go now. Stop and switch them on if they've popped off. And then when you're ready, off you go. So I like to use the fingertips as well, just to check it's all staying switched on. So again, with those two progressions, they both work. It's just that one is more challenging. So if you're not so strong, or you've got that separation, which is caused by not such strong abs, then just go for that easier one. Just do a few. We don't want to make the hip flexors angry, but we do want to get these sides of the abdominals all working. Okay, make yourself even. Come back to the middle and give those knees a squeeze again. So that was just a little bit of a abs masterclass, taking it back to basics, but hopefully beneficial for everybody, because you can see how we can really, really take the intensity down, but by activating these properly, we can still get a lot out of it. So again, if you're not very strong in the tummy muscles, wrap your hands around the back of the legs and use those legs to get yourself up, or push up with the hands from the floor. So we don't want to do anything that pushes against that abdominal wall and risks any sort of hernia. Okay, so thank you for tuning in and taking part in this one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.